Hello everyone. This is a continuation video for the previous session. In previous session we have created an employee model and it has an employee table and it has a property. Four properties like ID, first name, last name and email. Okay. Right. So here we should look at only two things, major thing. One is employee model.context, another one is employee. So employee is nothing but your table details. For example, you have the table, right, employee table, which has the property called first name, last name, ID, email. So those things will be, that column names will be a property name and the table name will be a class name. Okay, that's way how the MVC is getting mapped to each other. Okay, and what is employee.contact.cs? So whenever you want to do any kind of action in your particular table level, so first thing you should create an object of this employee class, employee DB entities class, and you can do your CRUD operation like create, read, update, delete functions. Okay, so this was derived from the DB context. Okay, so it has a one constructor which is nothing but it's taking parameter for that employee DB context. So what is this parameter? It's nothing but a connection string required. So where is this connection string stored? It's stored in the web config when you are creating project, when you are creating ADO.NET, right? So here you can see it. So it will have the connection information about it. Okay. And what is this? This we will explain later. And what is a public virtual DB set of employees? DB set of employees. This is nothing but it's one property. This property will return a DB set of result. Okay. So this DB set is nothing but it's derived from iQueryable, all the entity framework. Okay, so what it can do, it can return a list of employee as well as we can perform all the action on it, like create action, we can find and we can remove and we can add it, we can attach. So all the CRUD operation can be done this DB set. So that's why we will create object of this particular class and we will call this property and we will do all the action on it. Okay, so let's do it practical way. So what I'm going to do it, I have created a model, employee model. I'm just going to create a one controller name as a employee controller. Okay, I'm just selecting MVC file controller, empty controller, and so when you're giving that, you should change only this name and this should be appointed with controller name. Then only this MVC application will understand. So I'm just giving this an employee. Okay, so then it's an employee controller. Click add. Okay, now it has created a controller. Okay, and so I don't want an index page. Okay, let it be index page. So this index page, what I'm going to do it, I just want to return a employee details. Okay, so how many employees there in a particular table that I want to list out. So what I have to do it for that, first thing as we mentioned earlier, so first we should create an object for the employee DB entities. Okay, so I'm just putting where it present, put a control dot, so it will give that where is, so you can use this one, and I'm just mentioning DB context, that is I'm creating object. Okay, so now what I'm going to do it, I'm going to dot, so employees, so that is nothing but it has one property, so employees, I'm just got to list, I just written a list. Okay, and what I'm going to do it, this list I want to pass it to the our application. Okay, so first I'm commenting. Okay, now what we can do it, we just retrieve the data where employee, I'm just storing to one object. Okay, so what we have to do it, first we will insert some value for this particular table. Okay, so just Okay, I'm giving first name is X and last name is Y and X at Gmail. Okay, so let it be only one record. So what I'm going to do, so first we should know, is it comes that particular data to the particular this method. So I'm just putting I'm just putting a breakpoint here, and I'm going to run this application. Okay, so close all the things, save all, close it, build the project. Now build succeed, run the application. Okay, now initial application got run. So what I'm going to do it. So I just want to call this particular method from the employee control. So how we have to call it? So employee slash index. Click enter. So it's sitting on this particular breakpoint. So comes. Okay. Now it comes to this place. Okay. First I'm putting the, just checking the what is the data came or not. So right now no data. We will check that why it's not coming as data. Count variance. So first we'll check our database. Is there data? No. I think we didn't save this one. So right now data 1 is there. So I'm just again making a set a next statement. I'm just using that one. So now it's the data 1 count. So now data comes. Okay, email as expected. So how it works first of all. So I'm just stopping this application. So how it's doing it means, so first we are creating an object of this employee DB entities. In that it goes employee and getting the list of, and we are just storing it. Okay, now we want to display this employee details to our user. So what you have to do for that, you have to add a view. So just right click on add view. So what is a view name? So this view name, you can anything you can give it, but right now it will take default name based on your action name. And what is a model? So you can view the model. So it's nothing, sorry, it's a template. What kind of template you want to use it? So I'm just giving it. You can give any kind of template, create, detail, say it like that. If you want to start with empty, you can give empty as well. So I'm just starting with empty. I'm just telling what is my model name. Okay. So right now the model is okay. One second. After adding entity framework, you have to build your solution. Once you build it, right click, add a view, and select for empty. So you can see the model, right? Employee, sample MVC project models. See, actually my requirement is that, so I don't want to show all these employees. For example, the model, it has the property, right? I don't want to show all the property. So for that, what I'm going to do that, I'm going to create a view model which will have that only required things which I want to show to the particular user. So for that time, what I can do it comes to picture called as a view model. So view model is nothing but what I am going to show to the particular user. As we know that in SQL, if I give access to this particular table, so they can see all the columns. Same way, what I can do it, I can create a new view. In the view, I can mention only select first name, last name from the employee. So when you are selecting value from the particular view, it will give that only first name and last name. So same thing is applicable for in view model. So let's do it practically. So I'm creating a view, employee view as select employee. I don't want star, I just want ID and last name. Okay, for example. Okay, I'm taking all the bracket. Okay, I'm just executing this. Sorry, executed. And now what I'm going to do it, I'm just going to select star from this view. See, now it comes first name and last name. Okay, so same way, if you want to show what you want to show the particular user, it's then we can create a view model. So it's nothing but I am restricting all this property don't want to show to the particular user. It's not particular user, any user. I don't want to show it. What is really necessary that I want to show it. So what I'm going to, because of that, I'm just going to create a model for that. It's nothing but a view model. So it's used to display what is really required to the particular user. So right click, add new folder, so view model. Okay. So here I'm going to create a model for that. What is a model? I'm just going to the new model for employee display view model, short form VM. So what I'm saying, when the employee is going to display, see I'm going to display in the particular view, right? So that's why employee display VM. So you can be change any kind of name. So right now I'm giving employee display VM, add it. So now we got it. So what I'm going to use it, so I just want to show only first name and last name. So I'm just adding this one. Okay, that's what my requirement. Now what I'm going to, I got an employee here and I want to return right. So this employee, I got the list. And when I'm going to return to the view, I just want to show only employee display VM, only first name and last name. So what I'm going to do it first, after getting the data from this employee, I just want to create an object of this employee DB display model. Why I'm using this view model, to understand what is the concept view model, that's why I'm using it. Okay, so this employee is a collection, right? So that's why I'm putting employee in a collection, and whenever it's adding it, so it's going to have the list of employee, right? Sorry, so that's why I'm just putting a list of collection. Okay, so whenever the employee getting added, create an object for this one first. first name equal to item dot first name, comma, employee dot last name equal to item dot last name. So I just wanted this two only. Then after that, what I'm going to do it, I created a employee and I want to add this employee into our list. So add employee details. Okay, so what I done it, first I created list of employee display VM. Just I created object. After that, I just retrieve the data from the employee table, which contains all the properties. I just looping with, and which is really required for me, I just added to the employee display model. So now I want to pass this object, it's nothing but this data to the view, right? So how we can do it? This is nothing but model, right? It's a view model. So what I have to do is return view. You can see the overload version object model. So I'm just passing the model of that object. So we added. Now I want to add a view for that. How we can do? Right click, add a view, and right now I'm making is empty with model. What is a model for me? I'm going to use the employee display model. And what is our context? Employee DB context. And these are things you want to create a partially, you can click it, or if you're using a layout page, you can click it, and if you want to reference the script library, you can check it. And these things we will explain later it, and right now let it be as it is. Click add. So sorry, once you add it, you should build the we added this class, right? After that we didn't build the project. First build the project. Okay, add empty employee display. So it's expecting key format. Okay, right now we just added this model property is saying that what is the model we are going to use it, and after that what is the index. So now what I'm going to do it, so it's returning a normal collection, right? But actually here what we are doing it, list of employee we are returning. So to loop with that, this is nothing but a simple object. So nothing but like this. Okay, so if you create an object that we can access only one collection, it's nothing but one employee details. But here we are sending us a list of employee details, right? So how we can do it? So for that, what we have to do it, so first you should put enumerable. So enumerable is base class for all the things. So that's the reason I just put enumerable. If you want, you can use list as well. Now I want to loop through that. How we can loop through it? For each where item in model. Okay. Sorry, it's expecting in. So you got the model. Okay, this will have all the detail about this particular these things. It will have all the properties of it will come to here. So what I'm going to do it, I just want to display it, right? So I'm just putting a list, for example, item dot. So it comes of first properties, right? So first name. So same way I'm going to look for the last name. Okay, so now save this application. Build the application. Now it go to employee control, put a breakpoint here, start application. Okay, now I'm going to request a page called as employee/index. Click enter. So it hits on this particular. Okay, now it's got a one count. And just looping it, got the data. Now we can see our VM, it added one count. So this have the data, then it goes to our view page. It comes here. Now we can see the count is 1 and it just processing the data and displaying X and Y. So this is the way we can display the data from the database.